Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for a challenge video. So about a month ago, just over a month ago, this was my build for the Fareham branch of Brickish local meetup. Our brief was full, which is very American. So the implication was that you could do something autumny, or you could do something where someone was falling, essentially. So we're leaving it up to interpretation. So there were three similar looking sort of autumny type scenes, and this was mine. I'm quite proud of it. Like, I'm really enjoying the 16 by 16 challenges that we're doing at these local meetups. And because I was feeling all excited about the fact that I've made this, I maybe volunteered to do a build for the showcase, which is the hole in the wall of this Lego store where people in Brickish Lug do builds to display to the public. You know, I'm totally ready for it. Look, I've built this. I must be able to build something bigger to go in there, right? Only I've left it a month and now it's due by the end of this week. And this is still how it looks. So the challenge is by the end of the week to have a completed build that's sort of based on this. This is the inspiration because it's the rough sort of season for this kind of build in the showcase. And I need to make it bigger and better. And I have to get it done by Friday. What could go wrong? And this is the current state of the Lego room. So when I'm doing something creative, I like to have a nice tidy space to do it. And it's not terrible, like when we were full on MOC building. It was a lot worse. But this table has got a little bit out of hand as well. And I've been sorting bricks from steam that I got from the mystery box. And then we've got leftover bags from building at the weekend. So I'm itching to kind of tidy that up. But I'm conscious that that really needs to get done. So I'm about to do a live stream. Hopefully I'll make some progress on that stream and get somewhere. But I'm confident. I'm a little bit worried that a lot of the parts that we do have went into our MOC and we haven't really replenished them. So that's kind of what this is. Maybe I'll have to dig into these. We'll see. I'm sure it's going to be fine. So on my live stream yesterday, we made a small diagram of what we're hoping to achieve. So I have got the section that I already did up here. I was going to extend the path along, add some benches here and here, and then we're going to go for a bonfire. So we're going for sort of autumn, November sort of theme. And bonfire down here with some food truck type things, and then a fireworks display, sort of adding height at the back. We made a Mills plate. And that's pretty much all we did. Oh, we made a Mills plate. Here's the Mills plate. Extended the path. And then I did some sorting to try and find some parts to make a bonfire, which I have now done. So here's the bonfire. So that was successful. I did that later on in the afternoon though. So this is the state of the MOC right now. Ian has been making me some fireworks because he just fancied doing that. I don't know if we're going to use these fireworks. We've got some swirly ones and some rockety ones. So we'll think about it. But yeah, I've got parts to put away. I'm quite happy with my bonfire. There's sort of a smoky vibe going on with this flame. But there's still a lot to do. So 2 days left. Got to get it done. Okay, so we've made some progress. I have built a wall. I've added some sort of ivy onto it and I've put one of Ian's Catherine wheels on. I've got the bits ready to go for my fireworks so that I know the height. This is the height that I'm allowed to go to in the hole. So I figure that's about right to get the fireworks on in there. And I've plated it all. I think that really made it pop a bit more, so I can see that. I'm going to work on the food trucks next. Now I've got this food truck that was a gift with purchase, but size wise I want to get 3 different stands in. I want a toffee apple stand, a hot dog stand, and maybe some sort of hot drink stand. And so this is far too big, totally obscures my wall. So I'm looking more at sort of this sort of scale. This is a friend's one. I think this is actually a mirror. It's supposed to be like a dressing table, but that sort of size, like 3 of those along, I think would work better. Obviously slightly different colour palette. We're looking more autumnal. So I can have 1, 2, 3. I need to get my benches in as well. But I think it's starting to take some really good shape. Quite happy with the progress. I've also been doing some sorting to try and get the parts that I need, because that's going to make it easier for me. So I've got a little food hole over there which has got all my apples in. So yeah, the more sorting I can do as I go, obviously it will take longer, but it will be a useful thing in the long run. So I'm happy. So I popped up to the Lego room and I went and stole these fireworks from the Story of Nian, I think it is, the Chinese New Year set, because who's got time to make fireworks? And this is kind of the theme I'm going with for this set, is stealing parts from elsewhere. So I found all these little food trucks up in the Lego City. We've got the hot dog stand, a pretzel seller. I really want a toffee apple one though, so I might still make one of those. And then I think this is like a little coffee bar. There's a coffee machine there. I can get some more cups. The problem I've got is the health and safety aspect. So this bonfire and these food trucks and these fireworks all kind of close together. I'm guessing in the land of minifigures, health and safety is not that much of an issue. We're just going to gloss over that fact. I also got this bench here that Ian had made for me to go in our city quite a while ago. So I might try and recreate that on this side here as well. So we've got an extra one where those fireworks are, and I found those fireworks upstairs. And what it really highlighted to me is how many pieces of Lego, like loose parts and things, we have in the Lego City. So I brought down this tray of stuff because we used to keep our parts up in the Lego City. So this is something that I've taken upstairs to put away and never put away. So I'm going to hopefully put that away. And then I brought down this entire box of stuff because I'm now sorting these sort of parts, these are minifigure parts, into a different location. So I figured I'd try and get that done this week as well. And also that drawer belongs in a set of drawers down here, not upstairs. So I'm slowly trying to bring things down here, but also trying not to overwhelm myself with too much in this room, because obviously keeping this space tidy, she says as she pans around to show you how untidy it is. Mocking is a messy thing, so we're going to keep going. It's going to be fine. So I need to create another bench. I'm going to ignore health and safety, add my... I'm wondering if I can get a stand sort of in here, but that is maybe too close to the bonfire. I don't know. I'm guessing once I've added in minifigs, it's going to get quite crowded, and I don't want it to be too crowded. So I'm going to pop all my pumpkins in. I was wondering actually, instead of a bench here, whether I should put a like little scene. You know, when you go to a pumpkin patch, they have all the hay bales and then the pumpkins, and you can take a photo there. Not entirely sure how to create that, but that's one of my thoughts for that bit. But I think it's nice. The height of the whole thing is quite short. If you ignore those fireworks, we're sort of looking quite small. So I need to work out whether that's okay or not. But it's getting there. We've made some progress. Okay, we're at the start of Thursday now, so we've got 2 days, or 1 full day to go, and the rest of today. So tomorrow my kids are off school though, so I doubt I'll get any progress then. So I'm at the point where I feel like I'm just needing to add minifigs in and start telling some of the stories. So I've got a slight issue that I've tried to create the marshmallow scene, but they don't hold anything, these squirrels. So I've tried to use blue tack to attach things, and it's not staying, which is upsetting because it's quite a cute little scene. See that? There you go. So if I can't include that one, I will be a bit bummed, but fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. So I've added a little like pumpkin patch scene, and then there's a lady sort of taking her photo, which I think is quite nice. I have put in a sort of scary zombie chef. I don't know if that's an okay thing to have done, but I've got a couple more fireworks in as well. I've laid out the food stands. I'm not really sure how to stop them from moving about, but I guess once it's installed in the store, it doesn't really matter. So maybe I just take those off for transit. I found my CMF with the rocket thing. So I'm going to put a little tub next to him and put a whole bunch of wands, like these ones. Because I feel those, you remember when you go to like a fireworks display, there's always those sellers that are trying to get like garish tat for your kids to buy. So he's going to be one of those. And so I'll have a couple of kids with those as well. But I've also got this guy down here. And I'm hoping that looks like a sparkler. It probably doesn't, but that's what I'm going with for that. So I need to just add in a few more minifigs with marshmallows for the bonfire. Try and work out how to fix the squirrels' marshmallows. Add in some people queuing for the food. And then I think I'm probably done. So I think I've done all right. I don't know if this is good enough, but I think it will have to do. I also need someone to look after this baby because that's not ideal, having a random baby on its own. But yeah, so minifig time. That's what today's plan is. Okay, my model is complete. I think I put the last few bits on, these ones here, about 8 PM last night after I got the kids to bed. I am planning to tidy up the room though still as part of this video because I don't want to leave it a mess after having created a MOC, because that's what I always get annoyed about Ian doing, leaving a mess. So I'm going to fix that first and then I'll give you a closer look on the model. So I have tidied the table. I moved the MOC out so I can film it, so that's cleared some of the space obviously, but there was also a lot of stuff on here. I've got a small pile left that I'm pretty sure Ian is doing something with the actual MOC, the big MOC, so I'm leaving that for him. And I've done so much tidying and sorting, so a lot of this contents here is like minifigure accessories. I've now got those in this set of drawers, nicely organised, so I'm quite happy with that. This, however, is the side effect of trying to do all of this on an inset day when my kids are home. They set up camp, so I've just kicked them out so I can film this last bit of video, but they're coming back to play with that. So that's not my mess. We're going to go with that's okay. But let's show you the MOC in detail. Okay, so here is the finished MOC in all its glory. So we'll start at the back. We've got the fireworks, adding a bit of height to the model, and they are behind this wall for safety. There's also one on the wall. We'll ignore the fact that there's people right near that. I've done a bit of greenery coming down just to break up that wall. It's a bit precarious, but it will do. Then we've got the 3 vendors. We've got the hot dog seller, the pretzel seller, and the coffee people. I've got a great hipster guy going on there, and then an old man. I think it's father-son business going on. So we've got some queues for each of those. I mean, I really would like a little bit more room, but it is what it is. This guy dressed as a rocket is selling those annoying, garishly bright, like, wand things that you get at fireworks evenings. So there's a little queue for that as well. And there's a baby over here that's got one as well. At the front, these are meant to be sparklers. The guy with a pretzel. We've got the big bonfire, people toasting marshmallows. I don't feel like you normally do toast marshmallows around a bonfire. Normally it's a very big bonfire, but we'll go with it. So this is the original part in this corner here. So I've extended the path along, as we discussed. I've got a guy and a cyclist on there. Baby's being looked after by this mother here. She's got the bottle for it. This guy doesn't look very happy with his hot dog. And you've got all of the pumpkins coming round, and then I've added in 2 more lampposts to kind of make that more of a pathway. I had a bit of a gap over here, so I added this sort of hay bales pumpkin patch photo op. So this lady's taking a picture here. And then over here, I just randomly put in a spooky looking guy. And so this guy is about to drop his hot dog, looking at him. And I think this guy is also a little bit nervous as well. So I don't know if that's too scary. I'm sure it's fine. My favourite part is quite clearly the bin fire with the little marshmallow toasted, the squirrels marshmallow toasting. They're not toasting themselves. That would be crazy. I mean, that was not easy to do. I've had to give the squirrel a bit of blue tack or white tack to hold that. I'm hoping that looks like he's just got a little white tummy, but there was no other way to do that because the stupid squirrels don't have hands that hold anything, so it is what it is. But it's kind of chock full of people. I don't know if there's enough room to sort of distinguish the stories, but I'm happy with how it turned out, especially for what was essentially just 3 days work on and off. And I did a lot of tidying in the Lego room at the same time, tidying and sorting. I would have liked to maybe make the ground a bit more like interesting. It is just essentially a flat green plate at this point, but I knew my limits time wise and stuff, so yeah. Oh, there's a tiny little dog right at the end of this path as well. She's quite a cute one. So there you go. Let me know what you think. So if you want to see this MOC up close, you can go and visit the Southampton Lego store. Hopefully, I'm sure I won't get turned away when I arrive tomorrow to install it and they'll say, no, not good enough. Fingers crossed not. But yeah, go see it in person. Also, let me know in the comments below what you would have added or what your favourite scene is. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss an update. See you later.